I'm Mike Hayne, and I'm talking to myself to cure myself. Today is October 7th, 2022. The time, 10:30 a.m., October 7th. The place, 15 miles east of the Las Vegas Strip. And you can see in the background of this mobile home community of over age 55 people, there's all kinds of trees and foliage. There's underground what they call drip lines that deliver water to. Oh, you can have an oak tree or a pine tree growing in Las Vegas in the desert. I'm not sure if that's really a good idea. The air conditioners run 24 hours a day. Today is a gorgeous day. No wind. As we always say, we don't want wind in the desert. And 75 degrees at 10:30 a.m. A gorgeous day. I'm sitting on the patio right outside the mobile home. Somebody has partitioned the mobile home off into rooms. And I pay $385. That's what I pay. And I get everything. For my room, the bathroom, the laundry is right there, a washer dryer. I have lived in rooming houses in Las Vegas during the past 5 years where they didn't have a washer or a dryer. You had to get your stuff in. I don't have a car, so I would take on the bus my laundry and go to the laundromat, walk for miles. So this is a very good deal, this mobile home where they've partitioned it off. 4 people live here, and one of them says he's the owner of the house. So that could be some kind of a business where they tell the owner of the house how you partition off rooms, how you find the people. I found it as a small ad in the personal sections of the newspaper. That's all 3 rooming houses in Las Vegas. That's how I found them. And or he might just simply be lying, because the houses were set up the same, each one in different parts of the city, where they have a manager type. That's the one you pay the rent to, who watches the property. He has a desk in his room. It's the same setup. So it could be a corporation teaching people how to do that. Hey, make extra money on the side by renting out rooms. We'll show you how to do it. He answers to somebody, the 92-year-old man in this age 55 community. And he does answer to somebody. And that's why I wrote the book, Talking to Myself to Cure Myself. $12.95 on Amazon. If you buy it, you're supporting me in my old age, because I am extremely poor. I could be homeless. Talking to myself to cure myself. Okay, so what's going on? Okay, everyone you meet in 2022 is trying to play some kind of a little game against the other one. Now, I consider this to be spoiled. You're a spoiled person. If you were like the homeless on the streets at night, downtown on the streets, and you play a little game with somebody, you're going to get what we used to call a knuckle sandwich. You can't just play games with people and happily lay back on your back. Oh, I lied to him. Oh, he's a chump. Oh, I fooled him. Oh, I got money for him. Really? You're spoiled. You've got your food delivered to Walmart. You've got your electricity and water. How would it be if that stuff wasn't provided by the government, which is actually doing a good job to keep everyone alive? We're living by the whim of the rulers. So all this posturing and game playing and trying to overcome each other, competition, I'm trying to get better than you, I'm going to have more money than you, I'm doing real estate. All of that's garbage. There's something fundamentally wrong with the sociology of the United States, with the character. When I was a kid, I had to go to Boy Scouts. I had to learn the Boy Scout code. It was about 12 things. A scout is brave, clean, reverent, thrifty, loyal, friendly. I had to learn the 10 Commandments. Honor thy father and mother. Do not commit adultery. Do not covet thy neighbor's property. Do not covet. Boy, that's a good one. Do not covet thy neighbor's wife. Do not lie. Do not steal. There was a character of the human beings that were previously the peasants, but now they were no longer peasants. They were each one a free individual person, and that was called the me generation. A writer named Tom Wolfe in the 60s said, we are now at the me generation. That means that each individual person born can arise to a higher standard. And like I say, the highest standards would be following the Boy Scout code, would be following the 10 Commandments. You're not just some kind of savage animal in the streets. So, I wrote the book because really we have declined to that level. And I try to talk to people, I try to tell them, because it's kind of hard, because I have never watched television. So over the past 50 years, if you told me, did you ever see that All in the Family? Did you ever see Saturday Night Live? Did you ever see Friends? Did you ever see 2.5 Men? Did you ever see West Wing? Did you ever see Cheers? Did you ever see Mork and Mindy? Just a big, giant no. I would watch 2 minutes of it and then turn it off. It was just too disgraceful. Terrible. What are they trying to put on here? So over the past 50 years, I have watched zero television. Law and Order? No. It's a rapist, a murderer. There's no such thing as a rapist murderer. You created it by putting it on Law and Order. So when you try to tell the people that this is what's happening, it's difficult because they watched it. You're telling them that their favorite TV show, Big Bang Theory, is total crap, and if you watch it, you're actually stupid, perverted, and mentally ill. They're not going to accept that message. Now, recently, we've looked at some professors online who, when they were teaching in Ivy League colleges, said the administration told us not to teach some things. But now they're in their 80s and they're making videos like me online and they're telling the truth. And I disagree that it was Washington, Jefferson, Franklin, and Hamilton and those guys. That I think they tried to make a decent document. They weren't personally doing it just to be slave owners. That's absurd. But after them, even within the next 30 or 40 years, it did come to those. The professors say it goes all the way back to the beginning, but I disagree. But it is like that. We think we can't identify them and we don't know who they are, but somebody did this on purpose to the television. I'm Mike Hayne and I'm talking to myself to cure myself. I'm very happy. The people are nice, but what do we always say? If they're nice, they're just obeying because they don't want the police to arrest them. That's called fascism.